welcome to another episode. My name is Flips. We got Sophia.
What's going on, guys?
Lauren.
Hey, how's it going?
And we got a co-host this week, Olivia from E8.
Hey, guys.
And our guest, Ghastly's in the building.
Buenos noches.
I think the first time I met you, like, real quick, back in Miami at 11.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a good chance. I actually kind of don't remember it, but I do remember.
Blurriest of memories.
Katie Spots.
Yeah.
Yeah, she introduced us.
Yeah.
And then, like, there was a few of us talking. Don't remember a goddamn thing. Don't even remember what we were talking about. But anyway, what are your experiences like at 11?
At 11?
Yeah.
I mean, dude. A lot of them should probably go off the record, but of the ones
give us one that you really remember.
Well, I mean, the first one that comes to mind was just the first time I ever went there, which was I was playing, and but my set time was from 7 to 9:30 in the morning.
Oh my gosh.
Jesus.
Insane. And so
in the main club or upstairs?
In the main club. And so I was in the main club from 7 to 9:30, and that was after, a full week of Miami Music Week.
Yeah.
So I was completely drained and toasted, but I was there for it, man. Like, we were going in.
Was your flight the next day home, or are you still there the next day?
Oh, no, it was that morning.
Oh, yeah.
It was.
I've had that.
I went from there to the airport.
Yeah.
So
you made the flight?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Somehow.
Impressive.
That was the same as Julian's set, like Slushy, when he performed.
Yeah.
I think it was like from 7:30 a.m. at 11, and it was just like rushing over there and like an hour sleep, and it was like crazy, man.
It's nuts, and they're still there for it. They are still going.
Yeah.
They don't care.
Yeah.
24-hour strip club, as long as they got titties and money and alcohol, they're fine. They don't care.
This is true.
What other experiences have you had in Miami that have been kind of out there?
Oh my goodness. That's the only thing is, like, whenever I get asked about, like, what are your memories like? It's like,
it's Miami.
I have no idea, honestly.
Yeah.
A lot of these memories are just stored away in my random access memory, and every now and then I'll be like, holy shit, that happened. That was insane. And then I'll forget it. And so when I'm asked, I try to remember one in particular, and because I know there's so many. I've been to Miami probably at least 12 times by now. And as far as Miami Music Week, I guess it's one of the crazier ones. I don't know. I can't remember.
Very telling.
If that doesn't give you an idea of the memories,
that's just Miami in general.
Yeah, exactly. Miami is like it's like Vegas on a beach without slot machines.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Accurate.
And I think it's also better pool parties in Miami.
A little bit better.
Yeah. There's more, especially that week during Miami Music Week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The purpose of the series, too, is to kind of talk about why artists think that they grew so high in their career and what key decisions they made. So when you used to like metal and rock, what made you switch to EDM and why?
The fact that I wasn't in full control.
Yeah.
Because, when you're in a band, you have 5 people that all need to want exactly what each other wants, the same amount. And that's really hard to, not only collect together, but also cultivate and consistently push. So when I realized that I was dragging 4 dead horses along with me, well, 3 technically, because there was one other guy who really, really wanted it too. But, after that, I was just like, all right, I'm done. And then, just everything that I had purchased for the band, including the van, a bunch of gear, I just took it all with me, sold it off, and then put it all back into moving into the van and just going on my own.
Wow. And what was the cutoff point that you knew that you were going to do that and separate out?
Oh, we had issues for a year of missing practices, blah, blah, blah. And I told him, I gave him an ultimatum. I said, we have one more practice. If you guys can't make it, if you do not show up for this, it's over. And they're like, dude, we will be there.
Sounds oddly familiar.
There. And then, sure enough, come that day, they did not show up. And I was like, all right, I quit. It's over. And they're like, dude, no. We'll make the next one. I was like, no, remember, this was the last one. And so that was the hay that broke the camel's back on that.
What are the rest of the guys doing now?
They're doing what they do. Yeah, I stay in touch with a lot of them. Some of them are still doing music. Some of them I've lost touch with entirely. We had like 9 bass players.
Wow.
Everyone, the bass player was the cursed position on that band, because everyone else maintained the whole way through. But the bass player was switched out bi-monthly, I'd say.
How did you find the bass player? Was it like on Craigslist or?
No, just people that we knew. Couple people would just be like, oh, well, I play guitar, I can play bass too. Because we had enough traction going to where someone would say, yeah, sure, I can play bass. And so they would just join. And with the style of music that we were doing, it was hard to tell if someone was doing the song right, because it was very, 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 very fast. It's like we're talking like 220 BPM at sometimes.
And then where'd you let them go after when you didn't like them?
No, we didn't let them go. They would just either. Well, actually, we kicked a lot of them.
That's a lie.
No, but yeah. If they sucked or they were boring or they were bad vibes, then yeah, we kick them out.
Well, what were some of your highlights being in a band? Were there any highlights? That you got out of
So
it?
many.
Okay,
See, I can remember a lot of these because this was before there were too many memories. I think like we would have weird things happen. Like there was one time we played in South Carolina and we went over to this house afterward, and I don't know how it happened, but the guy, I guess he knew a bunch of strippers, and so they came over and they were dancing while I was in a man thong giving a drunken tattoo to this guy, and he wanted me to tattoo a music note on his calf, and it ended up looking like
Is this a scene from some movie or something?
yeah, it ended up looking like a Mickey Mouse head, and it was just like bleeding everywhere. It looked horrible.
Oh my God.
And he's like, "Sign it, bro. Fucking sign it, man." I'm like, all right, sure. And so I drunkenly signed my name in this guy's leg while wearing a man thong, and all these strippers
Oh
are just
my
around like
gosh.
throwing bananas at each other. I'm like, this is a good day.
Would you ever do a band again?
Oh, sure. Because that's why I do a lot of collaborations, is because making music with people is so fun. It's like, like when you start bouncing ideas off each other, when the band is in full flowing function, it's beautiful. It's an amazing experience because you're like, it's just this pool of creativity, and it's awesome what comes out of it. But, as far as like overall control of my brand and what I do and what I have, access for and blah, 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 and time for, I don't have time for bullshit, and the only person I can blame for bullshit is me.
Yeah.
And I love that. So if there's ever something that goes awry or something that doesn't go according to plan, I have only one person I can blame, and that's myself or Jake. If I don't feel like taking the blame, I'll just be like, Jake, why are you making all my problems?
I was thinking about your story while you were saying that.
I mean, like, as far as signing with a label, you commit, yes, you commit a lot of, I agree, you commit a lot of your career and a lot of your time and a lot of everything that you have to offer to this label. So I love working with labels and like releasing tracks with them, but I've never been keen on, 3-year agreement or anything like this, unless you got, a badass deal on the table. But it's never been one to the point where I'm like, yeah, I can give you the next 3 years of my life, whatever they may be. So I like being able to be a little bit more free and independent in how I release, what I release, when I release.
I mean, you're also having a lot of rappers and just people in general having major success just being independent.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, Chance the Rapper is one of them.
Exactly.
So, I mean,
exactly. It's a new market for that kind of stuff. It used to be you need to get onto a label so they can sync your stuff onto the airwaves. Otherwise, no one's ever going to hear it.
And now it's just upload it to Spotify and that's it. You're good to go.
Yeah, you get your you have your platform for distribution. Then you go on to Spotify and Apple Music and all this. Boom, baby. Said and done.
Yeah. And prior to this interview, you mentioned that you got those sunglasses in exchange for your sunglasses.
That's right.
From a fan.
Yeah.
What's the craziest thing you've got from a fan?
I traded shoes a couple times.
Okay.
I had one fan send me a picture of my house from the front yard. That was terrifying.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Never put that address out there, but he's like, hey, I know where you live. How cool. I'm like, I have a gun.
So it was a guy that showed up.
It was a guy who sent me the picture. I didn't see him in person.
Oh, you didn't see him?
No, it was.
Even worse.
Sometimes
Terrifying.
I'll go through my DMs and like my DM requests, and I'll just see what's in there, because sometimes you see some cool art, funny things, or the really nice stories like, oh, blah blah blah, your music really helped me, things like this, and it's awesome. But then when I opened that one up, that one really terrified me. It definitely sent a little cold chill down my spine.
Scarier.
Now I got a
Security camera? No.
well,
That's probably a good idea.
I also got a dog. Dogs are the best for it. Large dogs. Any home with a large dog is statistically 80% less likely to have a home invasion. And so now I got a
Well, it
big ass
depends on
dog.
what your dog does.
I just learned
but
something.
Even if it is a large dog.
Oh, it's a Anatolian Shepherd mixed with Pit Bull.
Oh, yeah.
She can eat ya. Well, not right now.
I didn't want the dog
Right
for
now she's just a
companionship.
puppy. Right now she's just a little puppy, but she'll be big. She'll get
train
real
her.
big. Oh yeah. She's ready for it. I've been training her. I'm like, what is that? What is that? I'll like make a noise outside, and she barks. I'm like, good protect, good girl.
Okay, so what's coming up in your career?
Right now we're setting up for. Right now we're doing mostly festival dates, but we're setting up for a brand new tour that's gonna include an all new production that will be paired with a brand new album, and that's all I can give away for it right now. But we have a lot of really, really, what's the word?
Good songs.
Yeah.
Can you give us a time frame?
Time frame? I'd say within the next 4 months.
So it's gonna be a full length album.
Yeah.
Okay.
Doing another full length album. Well, I also kind of want to chop it in half and then do 2 EPs, but so that's why I can't give a title yet.
Yeah.
So but there's a lot of music there, and there's a lot of ideas there. Ambitious, that's what it is. The tour production concept is very ambitious, and I'm really excited to try it out.
I'm excited to hear it.
Hell yeah.
Thank you so much.
Jinx. I don't know. So give me your socials. Where could everybody find you?
Pretty much everything is at Ghastly, spelled with an H.
Okay.
So a lot of people still think that it's spelled the same way as the Pokemon, and it's like, no, that's why I can be called Ghastly, because Ghastly is a legitimate English word, and you can't copyright a legitimate English word.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It's very hard to do what you can.
Yeah, but I mean, as far as my brain is concerned, but if someone was like, "Oh yeah, that was absolutely Ghastly," that is out of context. So there's a little victory there.
Thanks again for coming. You can follow me at Radio Flips, Sophia.
You can follow me at Sophia Samrad.
Follow me at Lauren, 2 underscores and a K.
Still with that.
Don't give me that look.
You could follow me at Olivia Gianella.
Thanks again, Ghastly.
Thank you.
That's just crazy, man.